Jenna Ortega's ascent in the entertainment industry reads like a script from one of her own thrillers, full of twists, high stakes, and an undercurrent of defiance against the odds. At just 23, the California-born actress of Mexican and Puerto Rican descent has not only captured the world's imagination but is now poised to shape it from behind the scenes. Her recent appointment to the jury of the 22nd Marrakesh International Film Festival marks a seismic shift, sparking fervent speculation about whether this is the dawn of a new chapter in her career, one where she transitions from on-screen sensation to influential tastemaker. This role isn't merely ceremonial. It's a nod to her maturing artistry and a signal that Hollywood's youngest trailblazers are ready to wield power. Ortega's story begins in the sun-soaked suburbs of Coachella Valley, where a determined 9-year-old refused to let geography dim her dreams. With no industry connections and a family of modest means, she turned to the nascent power of social media. Armed with a smartphone, she filmed heartfelt monologues, raw, unpolished takes inspired by her idols, and uploaded them to YouTube. These digital dispatches weren't just performances. They were pleas to the universe, pleas that were answered when a talent agent spotted her spark. Relocating to Los Angeles meant sacrifices, uprooting her life, balancing homeschooling with auditions, but Ortega's grit prevailed. Her heritage, often a double-edged sword in an industry rife with typecasting, became her superpower. She has long spoken of how her bilingual upbringing infused her with a dual cultural lens, one that informs her choices and challenges the narrow portrayals of Leighton's characters. Early roles were stepping stones, each building the foundation for what was to come. Guest spots on procedurals like CSI, New York and Rake honed her timing, while her turn as the pint-sized version of Jane in Jane the Virgin introduced her to serialized storytelling. But it was Stuck in the Middle, Disney Channel's 2016 to 2018 hit, that catapulted her into tween stardom. As Harley Diaz, the middle child in a boisterous Cuban-American family of 7, Ortega infused the character with authenticity drawn from her own life. The show's success, blending humor, heart, and cultural specificity, earned her a Daytime Emmy nomination and a fanbase that spanned generations. Yet even then, whispers of her potential echoed. This wasn't a flash in the pan, it was the ignition of a comet. Transitioning from family-friendly fare to edgier territory required audacity, and Ortega delivered. Her indie breakout in 2021's The Fallout, a poignant exploration of grief in the wake of a school shooting, showcased a depth that belied her age. Critics raved about her ability to convey layered trauma, earning her accolades at Sundance and beyond. Horror became her playground next, with a Scream-worthy arc in the Scream franchise. Revitalizing Wes Craven's slasher legacy, she navigated meta-commentary on fame and fear with sly intelligence, proving she could carry a blockbuster while subverting its tropes. T. West's X, 2022, and its sequel Pearl amplified this, casting her as a final girl with feminist fire, a nod to the genre's evolution and her role in it. These films weren't just commercial wins, they were artistic statements, positioning Ortega as a bridge between cult cinema and mainstream appeal. Then came Wednesday, 2022, Tim Burton's Netflix reimagining of the Addams Family, which didn't just elevate Ortega, it rocketed her into the stratosphere. As the eponymous outcast, she channeled a deadpan wit and balletic grace that turned the series into a global obsession. The viral Thing dance sequence, a spontaneous creation born of late-night improvisation, became a cultural touchstone, spawning memes, TikTok challenges, and even Halloween costumes worldwide. But beneath the whimsy lay sharp social commentary on belonging and rebellion, themes that resonated deeply with Gen Z audiences. Ortega's performance snagged historic nominations. At 20, she became the youngest Latina ever up for an Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series, alongside nods from the Golden Globes and SAG Awards. Season 2, dropping in the summer of 2025, doubled down on the magic, weaving in more lore and guest stars while cementing Ortega's status as a producer-level visionary. She co-wrote episodes and advocated for diverse storytelling. This momentum has spilled into a diverse film slate, each project a deliberate step toward versatility. Death of a Unicorn, 2025, pairs her with Paul Rudd in a whimsical yet biting satire on wealth and whimsy, allowing her to flex comedic muscles. Finiskind, a gritty crime drama, sees her opposite Tommy Lee Jones, diving into blue-collar Boston with unflinching realism. Miller's Girl explores mentorship's dark side, a role that demanded emotional nudity and earned festival buzz. And Hurry Up Tomorrow, an A24 musical drama, hints at her vocal talents, blending song with surrealism. Reuniting with Burton for Beetlejuice was poetic, a full-circle moment that showcased her evolution from ingenue to icon. These aren't scattershot choices, they're a curated portfolio, reflecting Ortega's commitment to narratives that amplify underrepresented voices, particularly those of women and people of color. Now, the Marrakesh jury role adds a meta layer, inviting questions about her directorial ambitions. Festivals like this aren't just red carpets. They're incubators for emerging talent, where jurors scout scripts, mentor filmmakers, and influence awards. For Ortega, whose film The Fallout premiered at similar events, this is poetic justice. A chance to pay forward the opportunities she seized. Speculation swirls. Is she eyeing a seat at the Oscars table? A producing empire like Reese Witherspoon's Hello Sunshine? Her heritage plays into this too. As one of few Latinas in such positions, she could champion global South stories, countering Hollywood's Eurocentric gaze. In interviews, she's mused about directing, citing inspirations like Greta Gerwig and Alma Har'el, women who blend personal politics with visual poetry. Yet, this pivot isn't without hurdles. The industry chews up young stars, demanding perfection amid burnout. Ortega has been vocal about boundaries, walking off sets over script changes and prioritizing mental health. Her jury stint, amid a packed schedule, signals maturity, a willingness to multitask without imploding. Personally, she's guarded, focusing on family and activism, from immigration reform to mental health advocacy. Born to parents who instilled resilience, she credits them for her groundedness, even as paparazzi frenzy intensifies. As 2025 unfolds, Ortega's next chapter feels tantalizingly open. The Marrakesh role could be a prelude to judging gigs at Cannes or Venice, or perhaps her feature directorial debut. Whatever form it takes, it's clear. Jenna Ortega isn't just participating in Hollywood's story, she's rewriting it, one bold choice at a time. From child actor to cultural force, her trajectory inspires, challenging the status quo and proving that the youngest voices often hold the sharpest truths.